Today I'm going to be planting tomatoes and morning glory flowers. And as you can see, we have 3 rows with this fencing. Last year we tried growing 3 of the rows full of indeterminate tomatoes, which means that they vine up. And it was great and all, but as we were picking the tomatoes, we realized we had way too many. We canned a lot, but it got a little out of control and a lot of tomatoes just kind of fell and were just everywhere. So this year we're downsizing it. 1 row of indeterminate Amish Paste tomatoes, and we got those from Johnny Seeds. And we've been hardening them off in the sun, trying to get them ready for this full sun heat that we're having right now. And then I'm going to do 2 rows of morning glory flowers. They're going to be really pretty because we have a ton of bees now and we're actually trying to get more flowers into the garden. That's our goal. And right now I'm going to stir it hoe and clean it all out, get it all nice, and if I have any more time I'm going to try to get another row done. We shall see. Just got all 3 of these rows pretty good. Looking forward to planting some tomatoes and morning glories. Here we have some trays that have been hardening off for about a couple weeks. We try to shoot for at least a week or 2 just to get them out in the sun, in the real sun, not under any fake lights or anything like that. It really makes a difference. They can actually burn out if you put them out and they're not ready for the sunlight. So they're pretty good. These are the tomatoes that we're going to be planting. These are our indeterminate ones, the ones that are going to grow up on vines. The determinate tomatoes we're not growing this year. Those are the bush variety. But here I have some small ones beginning again.
So now we come to the part where we're actually going to plant the tomatoes. So I got a few things here to help me with that. I have my actual tomatoes and I have my handy dandy 100-foot roll. So I plant these every 2 feet. So that's what's recommended for indeterminate tomatoes. We have tomato clips that are going to be holding them up. After I plant them, I'm going to sprinkle some of this around the base of the plant. This is tomato tone, and it's organic. I really like this stuff. It actually smells like poo, just to let you know. And I do recommend getting tomato tone, not garden tone, because tomatoes require calcium in order to avoid bottom end rot. That's a disease that happens to the actual tomatoes where the bottom rots out. So this has calcium, and I'm not sure if garden tone does, but this one is specifically recommended for tomatoes, so this is what I use. Okay. Oh, you could also use this for bell peppers also. Bell peppers have the same problem with the calcium. They get bottom end rot, so you could also use your tomato tone on bell peppers. Okay, so again, I'm gonna plant them every 2 feet. I'm gonna start them at the 1 foot marker. That'll turn out so we can fit more. Okay. Take out the scoop out. Tomato. Now, tomatoes are interesting. They're part of the nightshade family. What I mean by it. So why is that important? So tomatoes actually have nodes along the stem. So it's recommended that you plant them up to the first leaves, and additional roots will grow out the sides of the stem and give it a much stronger base. So that's what we're going to do. I just use a shovel. Some people prefer to have a drill bit of some kind, like an auger bit. But, you know, I could kind of just figure out how deep I need to go just based on how tall my shovel is. So take out a healthy scoop. And we're going to go ahead and plant it. Seems like they see deer.
They see deer.
To the first one.
Poor Daisy's inside. We can't have our dog out when we're planting. When we dig, she can't help it. It's her kind.
There we go. Here we are. This doesn't need a tomato clip yet, but it will in a few short days. I believe the packaging says to do 3 tablespoons around the base. I just kind of sprinkle a little bit. I guess I'm not overly concerned with measuring. You definitely don't want to touch the plant if you could help it with the stuff. Just want to get it around the base pretty good so that when it rains, it'll wash down into the roots. All right, I'm gonna do the next 24 the exact same way.
What number are you at?
Yeah. Oh,
You started at 1 foot.
yeah. So 3 feet, 5 feet. or something.
Finley, get your shoe back on.
So we're all done planting, and we have quite a few left over, which you want to have because no matter how hard you try, you're bound to lose 2 to 4 of them or so, maybe more. So I always like to leave the stragglers, the small ones, to grow in the tray a little longer while these are getting established. In the event that these die, then at least we have replacements and we're not calling it a loss or scrambling to find another plant.
And we might grow some more on the other rows. We're not sure yet.
Yeah, I mean, we still have the morning glories in trays for these 2 rows. They're not ready yet. So we're gonna give them another week or 2 because there's just still too little. I think if we have one really solid hot day, it might just shrivel them up. So it's starting to get a little warmer now. We're a little behind the 8 ball with the whole planting thing. So, you know, we got a lot going on, but we'll catch up.